At the beginning of the year, I talked about how important video and messaging was to the future of Instagram. We're moving Instagram to a place where video is a bigger part of the home experience, where the content is more immersive, it takes up more of the screen.
So that was the beginning of the reel that really set a fire for a lot of photographers around the internet, talking about immersion and getting more immersive content, not just the recommendations and video, but now it's going to start affecting your photos as well. Now, the key factor of this video is the crop aspect ratio that Instagram wants to move to create sort of this immersion. So realistically, we had a 4:5, which was kind of the standard for a long time with Instagram, and now they want to move into a 9:16. So if this is something like 4:5, 9:16 is skinnier and taller, and realistically, this is not unfamiliar. We've seen not only 9:16 in vertical video as far as TikTok and Reels for several years now, but now if you think about it, 9:16 is 16:9, which is our movies and TV that we've seen for like 20 years. But realistically, it is the first time that we're seeing it for like photos that are going to be shared to Instagram. So it is a big deal in that aspect. For me personally, I think this is actually a really good idea as far as Instagram is concerned, because we've seen that immersion like happening over TikTok with the 9:16 video, so much so that they felt like they needed to do the same thing with Reels, and now YouTube is doing the same thing with Shorts. So video, we can tell that that's definitely the way they want to go, and it's actually working very well. So now we're talking about photography. Should we also immerse people in their photos for like mobile devices? Let me give you an idea of what I'm talking about as far as like an actual post that I think this might work really well for. So for this photo specifically, I would have originally shot it maybe 4:3 and then cropped it for 4:5, because that's the historical Instagram golden post kind of aspect ratio that we've come to know for so long now. But when we move from that 4:5 to a 9:16 crop, now you see that we get a taller image, something that's probably going to be really good for mobile audiences, but inevitably the problem here is that you're going to lose the left and right sides of your image. However, inevitably, I also think that there are going to be images that this will not fit for at all. And beyond all of that, I think one of the biggest talking points for this reel is talking about how Adam Mosseri uses this term mobile first,
where both photos and videos take up more of your screen. We know the future of video and the future of photos are mobile first. They are 9:16, they are immersive.
Now, realistically, I don't think he's saying mobile only. I think that for an Instagram in 2022, which is a mobile phone app and began as a mobile phone app, and I realistically don't see anybody using Instagram on their 65-inch TV or realistically much other places other than their phone. Maybe on the like computer, if you're talking about using it on like a laptop or a desktop, maybe, or something like that. But realistically, I don't see it in other places other than mobile phones. So it would make sense to me why Instagram wants to push a mobile first kind of agenda, especially when you think about the layman user, just the regular Instagram like lurker, or even like clients that I work for, or the like models that I've shoot for. Anyone that I've generally talked to is not realistically a content creator as far as like photography goes, or videography maybe. I just don't see that the idea of mobile first for a Instagram in 2022 is unrealistic. I find that that is kind of what people would tend to expect because they're optimizing for the platform in which they are known for, right? I think that just makes sense. Now, the other thing to think about here is the fact that this is only a test at this stage. He says it is a test. We are testing it this week. We'll send it to some users, see if they like it, get some feedback. So remember, this isn't immediately going to roll out to everyone, and it may not roll out inevitably ever. Unrealistically, though, I think that would absolutely happen because primarily everything we've seen in Adam Mosseri's Reels up to this point have definitely become features in the actual UI of Instagram. So inevitably, I think this is something that is going to be coming to us at least at some point here in the next few months. Now, it must be said that I have at least one, if not two, really big hopes when it comes to how Instagram chooses to roll this out for the platform. So my biggest hope for this is the fact that 9:16 is not something that is unrealistic for photographers in a lot of cases, but in some cases it will be. So I hope when we talk about recommendations and modifying the app for more of interactive content, I think that inevitably we shouldn't like push one and then like kind of keep one back. I don't want to see where if you don't use 9 9:16 that your content isn't pushed nearly like someone who chose to use 9:16. I think that that would be unfair for a creative choice. I think that inevitably whatever crop or aspect ratio you choose is a creative choice for you, the content creator. Whether that's for like photo or video, in my opinion, I don't think you should be punished by not choosing to use the aspect ratio. Now, having said that, are they probably going to do this anyway? Sure, because we see that typically with all kinds of features over multiple apps, realistically, if you choose to use those features, those are the ones that do really well. But hopefully over time, as soon as like the newness kind of wears off of these kind of features, maybe we'll see less and less of that. And that ties really well with my second biggest hope for this, is the fact that hopefully Instagram's UI will not force you into choosing a 9:16 through like the actual editing process and the uploading process on Instagram. By this I mean, let's say you chose something other than 9:16 because that's your creative choice. You have a photo that is going to work really good with, say, 4:5 or 16:9 landscape, and then inevitably we see something where Instagram's UI, when you go to upload, forces you into that vertical mode and choosing the crop factor for you. I just don't want to see that, because I think creative choice, again, is something that is yours to choose. You are the creator, and I don't want to see necessarily the app do that for you. But now's the time, if you haven't already and you've made it this far in this video, hopefully you'll go down below and leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about this. Is 9:16 vertical photos something that you're really looking forward to? Is this another tool in the toolbox? Or do you think this is kind of outlandish for something that Instagram should be doing? Like, is it completely like out of pocket? What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Also, while you're down there, hopefully you'll go out and check out all of my links for Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter, letting me know all of those things. So if you don't leave me a comment down here, let me know at me on all of those other places, letting me know. I'd love to hear all of your feedback. Hopefully you noticed that this video looks a little bit better. It might be a little bit altered than what you're used to on my channel. That's because this is my old camera back here. I got a new Canon EOS R this week, so hopefully this footage has looked a little bit better for you. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you noticed it, please let me know about down below. Give me a nice little yo, looks good or whatever. It would totally make my day. I super appreciate everything, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.